My name is Brian Gillespie, and I am a professor of biology here at Woodland Community College. I think there's an incredible value in students coming up with a question that they have about the world and then learning how to systematically go out and find an answer. It's so much better than just being told, oh, go research this topic or go look up this information over here, because it starts to stimulate, I think, a sense of curiosity and problem solving and developing logistics and just, I think, making it a more realistic experience for how we gain information in the world.
My name is Hannah Griffin, and my research topic is how the pandemic impacted college students' attitudes towards vaccines. I'm concerned about my friends and family. I'm concerned about the society's losing herd immunity towards the spread of viruses and diseases. And I'm curious how people have different attitudes regarding vaccines. And I'm interested in exploring and learning how to restore trust in the institutions that we have started to distrust.
Hello, my name is Janice Blanco, and my research topic is about how social media and the time spent on social media, how it affects body image within Gen Z women. I became interested in this research topic because as I was born in 2003, I have also been introduced to social media and technology at a really early age, especially social media I started in middle school. And not only me, but a lot of other of my peers have also started really young, and doing this research kind of helps me see how other women are also being affected by this and how it can be affecting their body image too.
My name is James, and my research topic is AI's effect on short-term critical thinking skills. I saw a study done in Poland on doctors that was testing how using an AI tool affected their ability to do their job when they weren't using it. I thought that was really interesting because I've noticed similar things in myself when I've used it for other projects in the past. I've felt it made me worse at doing other things afterwards.
My name is Damaris, and my research project is studying gender stereotypes and their correlation with the way kid toys are labeled and marketed. I became interested in my research topic because I'm taking a gender class right now, and we are looking a lot at kids and the way they are taught about how to act up for their gender. And I thought it was something that was really interesting, and I wanted to bring it to this research project.
My name is Carissa Corona, and I am researching the recidivism rates in America. My family has been impacted by the system, and in the past, I had noticed that there were specific problems within our system, but I really wasn't aware of all of the details that went into how our prison industry is run. And then when I took sociology 1, I realized just how deeply impacted our prison industry is and the solutions that are moving forward in other countries to make our system better.
Hello, I am Serena Rocco, and my research topic is on religious guilt and its impacts on spectatoring during sexual practices. There are a few reasons. One, I felt very strongly about sexual health and taking care of the population's sexual health and bettering the sexual education system. And also, I say that I was raised religious because my parents came from Catholic households, and I have found that religion does have an impact on the way that you view things in regard, and I just thought it would be interesting to see if it actually affects you and how you see yourself during sex.
My name is Annie Landeros, and our research topic is going to be on the effects of toxic metals, heavy metals on a yeast culture.
Our first part of this experiment, we really wanted to see how the copper sulfate would kill the yeast.
You could actually put in a specified amount of the poison, and then we could measure the levels of the yeast after to see how much was alive or dead.
With this, we want to get a certain amount that won't kill the entire trial, but more like only kill about 70%, because we want to supplement it with different types of zinc, vitamin C, and glucose, because we want to see which supplement is going to be the best to counteract the copper sulfate from the yeast.
The importance of these findings is that we can relate to this to humans because yeast is a model organism, shares many similarities and characteristics to human cells. So by observing the yeast, we can predict what human cells may do.
I think my topic is important to study because I see a lot around me, like in family and friends. We tell little kids, like, you can't play with that toy or you can't wear this sort of clothing. And I think it's important to really understand why we do that and create a future where kids feel more comfortable doing whatever they want.
I think it's important because AI is such a widespread and emergent technology that we don't really understand its effect on people. Some studies are starting to come out now, but historically there's nothing like it, so we don't have any precedent for what it's like.
Our recidivism rate is 77%, and trying to research why that is such a huge number here is, I feel, important to understand and will help us move forward in changing how we run our systems.
The best part of doing my own research is that I'm available to choose any type of topic that I am interested in. The actual process of doing the research, looking at the data of it, and all those fun parts of it.
Learning how to do research, there's a lot of steps that go into it. There's a lot of challenge having to do with learning how to do research.
I have become significantly more organized, and even though this is something that has always been important to me, I've now been able to become more intentional.
Like being able to pick our topic and do the entire experiment by yourself, it's been a lot of fun really to like design the entire thing, go through the process of like knowing what the hypothesis is, the trials, and the experiment design.
It's not about, the success. It's not about getting from point A to point B on a research. It's about the journey.
What I've learned from doing my own research project is that I definitely need to start early, and I'm glad that we did, so I didn't have to panic at the end. And just a lot of flexibility, I think, was a lot of skills that I learned because I realized there were not so many things that I could do. Originally, I wanted to test some other supplements on this yeast, and then I found out that wouldn't be possible. And so we just did a 180 and we changed the elements around, and it all ended up working.
I've learned a lot about how other students operate. I think it's important for people to understand how individual we all are and how different we all are in the way we think and learn. So I find that really interesting.
Being able to explore all of the possibilities within my topic and even career.
How complicated researching is. There's so much aspects to it and so many things you have to take into consideration. But it's been really interesting to learn the whole process.
There's always new things to learn, and that sometimes I can be in the wrong of what I thought.
Once you know what you're doing, you gotta know what you're doing. Like, there's not a lot of room for error once you've started to get that ball rolling. You've gotta make sure you have the right information and your research methods and everything are valid, because you can't just do things willy-nilly. You can't half-ass it. I want to get good results, so I gotta start with a good foundation.
Doing my own research has helped me because I plan to transfer to Sac State, and I know that I most likely will have to do some sort of research project there. And so learning the process here is definitely helpful for transferring.
When I move into future research, I do want to take what I'm researching now and be a part of researching policies that will be better for our country.
Knowing how to do that research is so important for health and for everyone in this world, because we all need to have good health, and that comes with research.
I want to work at a university full-time. That's my kind of career goal, doing research. So this is a really fun opportunity to get to learn something like that and practice in a maybe lower stakes environment is the right word.
Doing this now is just a stepping stone to what I would like to do as an adult and with my degree.
Some advice I would have for students thinking about doing their own research is just to try something new, understand the process, and have fun, right? You're not going to know if you like it unless you try.
Pick something that makes you curious. Curiosity is what will lead you to find new things and make new discoveries.
Don't take research too seriously. Be able to have fun with it as well.
You don't have as much time as you think you do. I think my group and I were a little bit ambitious with what we set up to accomplish, but we have been able to pretty much get there, but it's been a stressful process.
Being a part of this symposium is an incredible opportunity, especially for your future career path.
I advise students who are thinking about doing their own research to really research something that they're interested in, because they're going to be stuck with it for a while, and it's important to do something you enjoy.
To start as early as possible, because if you run into mistakes, you can correct them and then redo them. Can't correct mistakes when you're like an hour away from submitting a project.
Remaining steadfast in your discipline and your work, sometimes it could get difficult, it could get frustrating, but just know that, in those challenges, you grow from them.
What are you curious about, and follow that curiosity?
My number one advice for students doing their own research is to have fun.
Something like the symposium, where you get to interact with live people, you really get a chance to show not only what did you learn, but how does this matter to you as this random person walking by? You can benefit from this knowledge. And I think that would be one of the best reasons to be a part of the symposium, is you get a chance to share your research with other people. Because isn't that why we do it?